She was, for a time, the undisputed queen of TikTok, a global icon before she could even legally drive. Her face was everywhere, her dances were copied by millions, and her life looked like a teenage dream come true. She was the most famous teenager in the world. But behind the billion-dollar smile and the viral videos was an untold story, one of a girl who got lost in the glare of the spotlight. It's a story of crushing anxiety, public humiliation, and the suffocating pressure of being a brand. This is the timeline of Charli D'Amelio you haven't seen. Before the world knew her name, Charli D'Amelio was just a girl from Norwalk, Connecticut, with one all-consuming passion: dance. Her journey didn't start with a smartphone. It started in a dance studio. She began training at just 3 years old and spent over a decade as a serious competitive dancer. Her life was a disciplined cycle of school, dance practice, homework, and sleep. This wasn't some casual hobby. It was the foundation of her entire identity. While other kids were hanging out, Charli was mastering her craft, competing across the region, and building a work ethic that would, in a way no one could have predicted, prepare her for the chaos to come. She wasn't chasing fame. She was just a dedicated dancer sharing her passion with a small circle of friends and family on Instagram. Then, in May 2019, on a whim, Charli started posting on a little app called TikTok. Her first videos were pretty simple, usually filmed in her bedroom. One day she posted a duet with a user named Move with Joy, just following a simple dance routine. By the time she finished her real-life dance class, her phone had exploded. Her life had changed forever. The algorithm had found her. Her precise, trained movements, mixed with a relatable girl-next-door vibe, made her dances feel both impressive and easy enough to try. She wasn't just doing viral dances, she was making them famous, like the Renegade, which basically became her signature. It was the perfect storm of talent, timing, and tech. Within a few short months, she had millions of followers, and the D'Amelio family was hiring managers to deal with the flood of opportunities. The quiet life of a dancer from Connecticut was officially over. With her fame snowballing, the next logical step was a move to the center of the creator universe, Los Angeles. In November 2019, Charli and her sister Dixie joined the Hype House, a mansion full of TikTok's biggest stars all living and creating content together. This move wasn't just a change of scenery. It turned her from a viral trend into a real-deal celebrity. The opportunities got bigger and, honestly, a little surreal. She starred in a Sabra hummus commercial for the Super Bowl, a milestone for any entertainer. Big-name brands like Hollister and Prada were lining up to work with her. She was building a commercial empire off of 15-second videos. She blew past 50 million followers, then became the first person ever to hit a mind-boggling 100 million on TikTok. From the outside, it looked like an unstoppable rise. But as the numbers got higher, so did the pressure, and the first cracks began to show. The turning point came in November 2020. The family had launched a new YouTube series, Dinner with the D'Amelios. The first episode, featuring makeup mogul James Charles, was supposed to be a fun, behind-the-scenes peek at their family life. Instead, it was a PR nightmare. During the meal, which was cooked by a private chef, Dixie dramatically gagged on a snail, while Charli was seen on camera complaining that she hadn't hit 100 million followers on the one-year anniversary of hitting 1 million. The backlash was instant and brutal. Viewers called the sisters rude, spoiled, and ungrateful. The girl who could do no wrong was suddenly the internet's main character, and not in a good way. In just a few days, Charli lost nearly 1 million followers, a shocking reversal for someone who had only ever seen her numbers go up. That dinner scandal wasn't just a random controversy. It was the moment everyone saw the immense pressure she was under. In a tearful Instagram Live, a devastated Charli wondered if she even wanted to do this anymore. It was the first real look at a much deeper struggle. Charli has since been incredibly open about her lifelong battle with anxiety, revealing she had panic attacks as early as the 3rd grade. The explosion of fame was like pouring gasoline on that fire. She talked about crying for days straight, feeling like she wasn't Charli anymore, but just an emotional person who couldn't function. She felt like the entire world had an open invitation to scrutinize her body, her choices, and every move she made. The pressure to keep up the happy, dancing persona online while she was drowning in anxiety behind the scenes became an unbearable weight. She confessed that at the exact moment she hit 100 million followers, what should have been her biggest victory, she was at her absolute lowest. As Charli and Dixie's stars grew, so did the business around them. Led by their father, Mark, the family's projects expanded into a full-blown entertainment brand. This included The D'Amelio Show on Hulu, a reality series that pulled back the curtain on their lives and struggles with fame. Then, in 2022, they launched D'Amelio Brands, an ambitious move to create and own their product lines instead of just endorsing others. With millions in seed funding, the company rolled out D'Amelio footwear and a popcorn line called Be Happy Snacks. While Mark insisted the brands were built on authenticity, the family faced criticism for monetizing every part of their daughters' lives, essentially turning a family into a corporation. The line between parent and manager blurred, adding yet another layer of pressure to Charli's world. The public microscope was relentless. After the dinner incident, everything she did was picked apart. She was slammed for vacationing in the Bahamas during the pandemic after she had encouraged people to stay home. Rumors and hate comments became a daily reality. This toxic environment led to burnout and a crushing sense of losing her passion. In a candid moment, Charli admitted she had to stop reading comments entirely just to protect her mental health. The joy she once found in dancing, the very thing that made her famous, started to fade under the weight of everyone else's opinions. She confessed that the constant hate had stolen her excitement for performing. The dream was starting to feel more like a cage. In the fall of 2022, Charli took on a new challenge, one that brought her full circle. She joined the cast of Dancing with the Stars, competing alongside her mom, Heidi. This wasn't a 15-second TikTok dance. It was a grueling, professional competition that demanded skill, discipline, and grit. Week after week, she delivered incredible performances, reminding the world that before she was an influencer, she was a dancer. In one especially powerful routine, she danced about her journey with anxiety, with her partner, Mark Ballas, personifying the very feeling she was learning to control. It was a moment of stunning vulnerability and strength. In November 2022, Charli D'Amelio was crowned the champion of Season 31. Winning that Mirrorball trophy was more than just a victory. It was a reclamation. She said the show helped her fall back in love with dancing, declaring, "This is the happiest and most myself I've felt." With a renewed sense of self, Charli started steering her career in a new direction. The focus shifted from chasing fleeting trends to building something that would last. D'Amelio Brands continued to expand, launching its footwear line with pop-up stores across the U.S. and finding retail success with its snack brand. These weren't just endorsement deals. They were businesses she co-founded, giving her more creative control. Her influence matured, too. She fronted a major campaign for Prada's Linea Rosa collection. And in October 2024, she made her Broadway debut in a dance-heavy role in the hit musical and Juliet. She was no longer just the CEO of Renegade. She was becoming an entrepreneur, a performer and a brand ambassador, carefully building a career far beyond the walls of a social media app. Today, Charli D'Amelio is navigating a new kind of normal. She's learned to set boundaries, openly admitting she no longer reads the comments and relies on therapy to manage her mental health. She uses her massive platform to talk about her struggles with anxiety and eating disorders, connecting with fans who are facing the same battles. The girl who once felt broken by public opinion is now in control of her own story. The journey from a bedroom in Connecticut to global superstardom was faster and more turbulent than anyone could have ever imagined. It was a path defined by record-breaking success and deep personal struggles. She was a pioneer of a new, accelerated kind of fame, and in the process became a case study in its psychological cost. Charli D'Amelio's story isn't just about a viral star. It's a modern fable about the real price of digital celebrity. She became a global icon, lost herself in the process, and had to fight to find her way back. Her evolution from a dancer to a brand, and now to a young woman defining success on her own terms, forces us all to ask a tough question. In the relentless economy of likes and views, what do we owe the young people we turn into icons? And more importantly, what do they owe themselves? What are your thoughts on the pressures faced by young influencers? Has the conversation around fame and mental health changed because of stories like Charli's? Let us know in the comments below. And for more deep dives into the stories shaping our culture, make sure to subscribe.